Well, how did you get into quilting?
Quilting, this is the funniest thing. I've been sewing since I was 11. And I walked into Hancock one day and they were doing a quilt that's over there, the heart quilt. And there was a couple of ladies and they was like, sign up for this class. And I said, no, I don't know how to quilt. I don't want to quilt. This was like 2007. And so they said, we don't know either. Sign up for the class. Well, what they meant to say is, we don't know how to do this quilt. They know how to quilt, but they didn't know how to do this quilt. So I signed up and I went, and it was kind of like, take your rotary cutter and cut me so-and-so, so-and-so. I said, what? Do what with what? I didn't know what a rotary cutter was. I didn't know how to even use it or how to fold the fabric. There's a certain way you fold your fabric, a certain way you cut. And so Becky, who quilts for me, who does this quilting, just happened to walk in the store. She was just beginning to do the long arm quilting here. And she walked in the store, so she said, come here, let me show you. So she was trying to show me, and I thought, what have I done? What am I doing in here? So class was over, and that was the only class you had. That was it, one class. That's why when I teach, we're going to work till we get it done. Because I want you to go home and say, I accomplished something. I don't want you to come to one class and that's it. You know, I want you to be happy, satisfied, and see a finished product.
Do you have any family members that quilted, or did you grow up?
My mom quilted. She was a hand quilter. She didn't quilt by machine. She would sit. She would sit for a lot of the time that she was quilting, because that's when she really picked it up. When she was just not able to go do other things.
Mm-hmm.
And she would sit and cut these little squares and sew them together. And I thought, I'm never going to do that. I'm never going to sit and do that. That's crazy. Why are you doing that, you know? And then she died in 2006, and I think it was 2007 when they taught me into taking a class. And I was like, I see why she did that. I understand now. And so the year before she died, 2005, December, she gave everybody, I have a quilt over here, she made them, she put them in a paper bag or a plastic bag, and she said just pick up a bag. She wouldn't let us pick which quilt we wanted, we just had to pick up a bag because she didn't want to pick who got which one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if she had a favorite because they were actually closed up. She didn't know what you were getting until you got it. So nobody knew what they were getting until they just picked up a bag. Because it's hand-pieced, and she didn't really hand-piece in a way that you could really use that quilt.
Mm.
Most people didn't. They just, did running stitches instead of fixing it where it would be secure to wash and to withstand wear and tear. She didn't do that, but I keep it right here in the house because my mom was born in 1917, and they moved where her house is now. That's where they always lived, and they got married. That's where I grew up. All my sisters and brothers. I have my oldest sister would have been closer to 80. My oldest sister. So they always lived in that same location, on the same piece of property. So right there in Allgood. I'm from Allgood. My dad taught my mom to sew.
Really?
So he was the one that would sit and do sewing and handwork. I love handwork. I do all my as much embroidery and as much applique by hand as possible, because I just like to sit and do that. And that's something he did. And he taught my mom to sew. And I probably sew more than anybody else in the family. I teach beginning sewing, any heirloom that anybody, we don't get a lot on that, but sometime, because I've taught shadow embroidery and heirloom techniques. I teach beginning quilting, advanced quilting. We've made bags, we've made placemats, just any table runners, any kind of sewing or quilting technique. I always have to do something different. So I use coloring crayon to add color to it.
That's awesome.
And I showed her, the lady who did it, she was like, because this is usually all done in red. It's called red work.
Mm.
And so I did mine different, and I showed her, and she said, I like that. You know, she was surprised because I just took her pattern and did something else. Then, and all this is my TV time. This is what I do when the TV's on. I don't have to look at it. I can just hear it, and I'm fine. And then this is supposed to be the quilt. This is it, a wall hanging. But I'm going to turn it into a quilt. And all this was done by hand. I applicated, and then I stitched every bit by hand.
Wow.
So this is my fun time. I just kind of sit in front of, have the TV on. I hear it, and I just work. It didn't have to be this color, all of them. You could have these brighter colors in there, and I love that. That block would be the whole quilt, and it gave them a sign that something, follow the geese flying above, follow the railroad, follow the something. You know, that's what all that meant. And so I'm having a blast making this. I love this lady, Eleanor Burns, that did this book. I love her projects. I got somebody doing one quilt for a child. Somebody's doing a quilt for themselves for a bed, I think. I've got somebody doing the log cabin, a quilt. But it's Eleanor Burns, which is the easiest way to do a quilt. I've got someone doing pillowcases. It's just a variety of things, depending on what the person wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
So we have fun.
Yeah.